Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your October 2016 general readings. I am using my same beloved Gilded Tarot deck by artist Cyril Marchetti, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck as your crowning card representing overall energy and advice for the reading. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well. You may find that they resonate for you for October a little bit better than your sun sign if this is your primary sun sign. Watch all 3 anyway, because if you're like me, you find that each of your signs resonate for you in different areas of your life, and it gives you just a better kind of picture and as much information as possible on kind of what to look out for and sometimes watch out for the time frame that the reading covers. Thank you, thank you, thank you for continuing to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel, and welcome to those of you who are new here. Looks like the family is just about 11,000 strong, and I appreciate your feedback and your comments and your support so much. Couldn't do it without you, and actually you're the reason I do this. So thank you so very much for that, including the increasing comments I get emailed directly to me telling me more specific details about how the readings play out. Even after 25, 26 years of doing this, I sometimes read people's stories that gives me actually always a little bit more in-depth or different insight into the cards. So I think any reader and psychic that has been doing this for years and years and years will tell you that you're constantly learning more about it as time goes on. The tarot is quite complex. So thank you always. A special thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings, which I absolutely love doing. One-on-one readings are my favorite things to do. And my gratitude for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to read for you. And thank you also to my regular clients. It's such a joy to work with you guys on a regular basis. And thank you for the continued updates and how those readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and have not read with me before, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information in detail on who I am and what I do, and my contact information, my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. If you are interested, send me an email. I would be delighted to work with you. I'm always asked about turnaround time, and really it can be anywhere from a couple of days, because I sometimes get reschedules as well, up to 10 to 14 days, but almost always within 2 weeks. I do readings full time, so I'm able to get back with you quite quickly and schedule a reading within a timely fashion. So if you're interested, send me an email and we will go from there. So moving right along, let's get into this. Enough talk about other stuff. This reading is for Cancer for October 2016. Cancer the crabs, the lovely water sign of Cancer. God, Spirit, Angels, Guides, show me the energies for the water sign of Cancer. Cancer the crabs, my lovely, emotional, sensitive crabs. What do they need to know? What do they need to see for the month of October? Show me the energies for the water sign of Cancer for October 2016. The Cancerians, what does the month of October hold for Cancer? October 2016, Cancer. Okay. Okay, Cancer. We begin with the Empress. What a great way to begin. Paired with the Wheel of Fortune. Nice start to the month, Cancer. The Star, wow, followed by the Three of Cups, the Two of Wands, followed by the Eight of Swords. What you worrying about, Cancer? The Judgment card, followed by the King of Pentacles. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and advice is the Six of Wands, Victory and Triumph. It looks like you've got this one in the bag, but there's some worry and stress going on there, Cancer. Let's just take a look. Okay. It looks like a pretty beautiful month for you, Cancer, although it feels like maybe around the middle to the third week you get stuck at a kind of a crossroads for a minute. But your overall energy is victory and triumph with that Six of Wands. So, Cancer, we find ourselves at the beginning of October 2016 with the Major Arcana card of the Empress paired with the Major Arcana card of the Wheel of Fortune. Your first three cards that came out are Major Arcana, and you actually have four in this reading, which represents just about half of your reading. So it looks like divine timing and orchestration are in play. Well, of course, they are always in play in our lives, but it looks like they are pretty prominent and significant this month. So the Empress, beautiful card paired with the Wheel of Fortune. It is something is coming in. Something is coming in for you at the beginning of October, somewhere around the beginning of October, possibly the end of September, Cancer, as I am recording these videos in the last few days of September. The Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing, orchestration, fingers of the divine, as I like to refer to major arcana cards, they do represent that divine energy coming in and affecting change in our life and guiding us and giving us strong advice as well. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright would represent a stroke of good luck, a stroke of good fortune, some kind of fortuitous blessing coming in unexpectedly in an unexpected way at an unexpected time, possibly from an unexpected source. In the upright position, even in the reverse position, it's really good energy. And of course, how we view how the wheel turns, because it's always turning, is really in our perception of it. The key to understanding and utilizing energies of divine timing, major arcana cards is whether it feels positive or even sometimes challenging at the time. It's not anything we can do with other than to choose, make our choices and choose how to respond to it. So it's all about going with the flow, which makes everything shorter and easier to deal with, particularly when you're going through a challenging time where you've been presented with something that you don't necessarily have control over. But it looks like for you, and I'm feeling like there's a blessing coming in, something fortuitous coming in just when you need it. And I feel like the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, this positive, unexpected energy coming in, is going to enable you in some way. And it's going to play out, of course, differently, specifically for everyone watching. It's going to help you begin something new. For some of you, it could be we have kind of a pretty even scattering of cards. In fact, we have two wands, a swords, a cups, a pentacles. So it really, the story can kind of split off into a variety of ways. It can represent the beginning of a new project, a new career path, a new job, a new relationship. The Empress card also represents fertility, pregnancy, rebirth. For some of you, maybe finding out that you're pregnant this month. For some of you who are wanting that and are trying that, it looks like the month of October would be a really good, potentially fertile time for you. So if that's not what you're looking for, forewarned is forearmed. But it's a time of fertility. It's the yes card for beginning new things, new projects, new paths, etc. And it feels like something's actually coming in. Some of you are getting pregnant this month. It feels like something's coming in unexpectedly. This is like divine energy coming in to kind of help give you something that you need in order to begin this new path. Oh, I just got pregnancy. Some of you are actually going to be getting pregnant in the month of October. I don't perhaps think finding out that you're pregnant, although that can always be the case too, but I'm feeling like there's a few of you, a handful of you, that are actually going to be conceiving in the month of October. For the rest of you, this is getting what you need to begin something new. And I feel like the something new is something that you know or that you've wanted, but how you get the resources or the ability to begin it comes in an unexpected way, hence the energy of that Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful energy. And it could be money, finances. I just got a car. Somebody's going to be getting, or somebody's going to be getting a car to start something new, or perhaps work, a job, something like that. That's kind of odd. Just got that right out of nowhere. Whatever it is that you need to start something new, begin a new path, you're going to be getting, I think, unexpectedly, the resources or ability or the help that you need in order to begin this new path. Now, right next to that, we have another wonderful combination. I mean, the first half of the month looks like it's really got a lot of beautiful, lovely energy. And it's not like the last half ends terribly, but it feels like you get stuck in a decision-making process around the third week. But around the second week or so, we have the Star card, one of my favorite major arcana cards, paired with the Three of Cups. So the Star card is a card of hope and faith primarily. Now, the Star card is a card that's asking you, and it's major arcana card. It's about divine timing and orchestration, that there is a plan in motion, that things are playing out as they're meant to be. And the energy of the Star card is a message from the divine asking you to have hope and faith as that plays out, even if you can't see the path laid out in front of you, even if it feels like, for those of you who are waiting for something, that you're just going to be waiting forever. I feel like for some of you, for a lot of you actually, I feel like for a lot of you, things are actually coming together for you at the beginning, end of September, at the beginning of October. You've got this beautiful Wheel of Fortune Empress energy, and I feel like a lot of you have put a lot of hope and faith into whatever this new beginning, this new project, this new start, this new relationship, whatever this is. I feel like you guys have been putting in a lot of hope and faith, and it feels almost as if you're being rewarded for it, in a sense that everything is finally coming together, and the universe is saying, it's almost a thank you or a hug or a blessing of some kind in the Star card. Hope and faith in the promise and potential of the path that lies in front of you, of success. I always see this as somewhat of a wish fulfillment card too, but having hope and faith in that, even if it hasn't played out or manifested yet, because that's what the woman on this card is doing. You can see she's pouring her pictures out into the water. She's completely emptying them out in perfect faith and confidence that her pitchers will be refilled because the source is limitless. She knows she's going to be taken care of. She trusts in that divine plan and divine timing and orchestration, even if she doesn't understand it, even if she can't see all the steps in front of her. She's doing the work that's in front of her to do. She's doing what she's meant to do, and she's having hope and faith in the promise and potential that her path will end in success and joy and happiness, even if it sometimes doesn't feel like it's so present now. Divine timing and orchestration. And with half of your spread being major arcana cards, Cancer, it's a very loud, strong message that a lot of it is coming together for you. And for some of you, this is, I don't like to say reward, but it's almost it's like everything that you've had hope and faith in is coming together. And I feel like for a lot of you, and the story can split off where, if you're struggling to have hope and faith, if you're at a place right now where you're struggling to have hope and faith in something, I feel like friends and your support system around you is what's going to be of huge benefit to you. And for others of you, you're actually celebrating that hope and faith kind of being rewarded around the first half of the month of October. That Star card is paired with the Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration. Cups is governed by water, so it's all about that watery fluid world of feelings, emotions, relationships, love. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration, of actually celebrating something. But there's a strong social theme to the Three of Cups. It represents spending time celebrating, having a good time with people in whose company you feel very good. You feel comfortable, you feel authentic. These are people you really like, you really enjoy with. It feels like a lot of you are actually celebrating something, the coming together of something, whatever this unexpected blessing is that has come in the form of that Wheel of Fortune, and has given you exactly what you need to start. You knew it all along. You had hope and faith in it all along, and it's coming together in the first half of October, and you are celebrating that. And you're celebrating that with people. You're spending time with people who I think have actually been there with you, or at least been on the sidelines with you as you've gone through this process. And if any of you are struggling to maintain hope and faith in this new beginning, look to the people around you that truly care about you, your true friends, whatever your support system is, and the people around you, because they will kind of sustain you and keep you going. Now, around the middle of the month, maybe around the third week or the beginning of the third week, it looks like you come to a crossroads, and there's a decision that needs to be made, and it looks like you get hung up in that for just a minute, and there's a sense of feeling trapped or held hostage or not knowing which way to go. We have the Two of Wands paired with the Eight of Swords. So the Two of Wands. Wands is a suit that's governed by the element of fire. So it's a very fiery, passionate suit. It's an active, action-oriented suit. It's all about change, movement, action power, forward momentum. The energy of the suit of Wands is about creating, manifesting, building. It can often point to career, projects, etc. But it comes with a lot of energy and emotions of excitement, enthusiasm, passion, and creative energy. The Two of Wands represents being kind of at a crossroads, or do you need to choose a path? You need to decide whether you're going to go down one way or the other. And it's directly linked to whatever has begun for you at the end of September, the beginning of October. It's like, okay, the universe has something's come in that's given you the ability, the resources, whatever you needed to start something new. It's funny, I just got this echoing message of a car again. If that's specifically relating to somebody, please message me and let me know what that is. And you guys are so happy about it. It's like you're celebrating. Oh, finally, it's here. I've got what I needed. I'm starting. It was hard to hold out, but I had hope and faith, and now it's coming together. But then there's some decisions that need to be made, a path that needs to be taken, and it's like you just get hung up. But I think just hung up for a minute. It's about choosing a path. Now, you don't want to be too spontaneous or impulsive and choose the wrong path, but it feels like you get stuck, and there's a sense of being trapped in that moment or feeling trapped and held hostage. You're not sure which way to go. There may be something that feels like it's holding you back from making a decision because that Two of Wands. Oh, and the other thing I want to point out too is the energy of the Two of Wands. The implication is that whatever path that this man has walked that has led up to where he's at, where he needs to kind of choose another path, choose which way he's going to go, the implication is that it's been fairly successful. You're still in the beginning stages because we're at a two here. So, we had this beginning, we're still there, we're at a two, we're still building. And the key for this man is not to get stuck too long at that crossroads because the longer you stay, the more easy it is to stay. It's about choosing the path that's going to hold the most potential and promise down the road. This is a card which strongly advises that when you're considering which path to take, make sure to keep kind of a long view of it. How's it going to play out in the end? Maybe I'll get more upfront on this path, but it doesn't really have a lot of potential for growth versus a path where you may not get a lot up front, but it has huge potential for growth. Again, keep that in mind. I feel kind of compelled to say that. So that Two of Wands is paired with the Eight of Swords. This is that card of kind of feeling stuck, trapped, held hostage. Swords is a suit that's all about words, ideas, outlooks, perspective, perception, belief systems, how we think, how we see things. It's a very mental, cerebral, intellectual suit. It's about what goes on up here in our heads. The Eight of Swords is a card of feeling. The energy is more mental than anything else. Feeling trapped, feeling held hostage. You can see that's exactly how this woman feels. She's completely encircled by this ring of swords, and they can represent like a multitude of thoughts or a way you have of looking at something. It's like I can't. For some of you, it's going to be I can't make a decision, or I'm being held back from making a decision, or I feel trapped. I don't know which decision to make. I feel powerless. I can't do it. I don't have the control because this is a card of feeling like you're not in control of something. You can see she's on her knees, which implies vulnerability, victim, helplessness. She's got chains wrapped around her wrists and a blindfold on her. But if you take a closer look at this, it's somewhat illusionary. She's not really trapped. She does have the ability to free herself quite easily. She feels that what she feels is actually just in her head. It's not reflected in the reality of her external environment. The gaps between these swords are quite wide enough for her to just easily walk through. Nobody's holding her down on her knees or pushing her there. These chains that are wrapped around her wrist, she could just twist her wrist. They could fall off. She could stand up on her own 2 feet, remove the blindfold, see the situation for what it really is, and walk through and away from it. This is a card of feeling like you're trapped and held hostage, but it's up here. You're not. You have the ability to free yourself from this situation, from this sensation, and actually it's really about moving forward and choosing a path. And if you feel trapped, either by the decision itself or by an inability to make the decision, take another look at it because you're really not Cancer. Now, at or towards the end of the month, we have the combination of Judgment, another major arcana card, paired with the King of Pentacles. So, Leo got the Judgment card too, and the Star card as well. in the same position, the Judgment card too. Excuse me. So the Judgment card is a major arcana card, significant, profound energies. The Judgment card is a call to action, but there's cautionary advice that goes with the Judgment card. There's a strong air of finality about the Judgment card. It says that whatever decision you make, whatever path you choose, whatever actions you take, whatever you set into motion, be very careful about number one, that you truly want where you're going after, you truly feel very good about the path that you choose, because whatever you set into motion is going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to come back from. The Judgment card says that don't be spontaneous and impulsive about rushing ahead with any decisions or actions about whatever this new beginning is, because you're not going to be able to undo what you start, or not be able to undo it easily. It's going to kind of pour the foundation, set the stage for something for quite some time to come. There's also a cautionary bit of moral ethical energy here. Make sure that however you proceed through this, whatever you choose, that you do it with the highest sense of honor and integrity as possible, because one of the things you'll be setting the stage for in how you proceed forward is your character as well. So make sure that you do the things, proceed as you know to be right, and we all have our own inner moral compass about what that is for us. So just make sure that you follow that, but be very careful and thoughtful. Make sure that the path you choose and the decisions you make and what you set into motion is one, what you really want, and two, that you do it as transparently as possible, because it's going to lay the groundwork for something for quite some time to come. Now, the Judgment card is paired with the King of Pentacles. So Pentacles is a suit that's governed by Earth. So it's a suit whose energy is all about earthly, material, physical world things, tangible things we can often see, touch, and feel. So often Pentacles is about things like, money, finances, property, resources, assets, job, etc. Those tangible things in our day-to-day material earthly world. But you can apply those same energies to spirituality and love and relationships, of course. But even there, the energy is still pretty palpable and tangible. So the King of Pentacles, for some of you, this Judgment card represents being careful and thoughtful about something, and really kind of thinking something through very carefully. And there's that moral, ethical bit of energy to it as well. You may find yourself at a crossroads or at a path, and you would be the third sign so far that's facing this kind of a decision that you may be tempted to do something that falls outside of your normal, what you know to be morally and ethically right for you. And it's about really kind of thinking carefully about that before you proceed. Now, for some of you, this King of Pentacles is going to represent somebody in your sphere, or somebody perhaps you know of, or advice for you to seek out this King of Pentacles or somebody like this King of Pentacles for guidance, advice, feedback, sort of kind of to touch base or use them as a sounding board, so to speak, because the King of Pentacles would be excellent at that. Kings and queens represent individuals, as court cards often, not always, but often represent actual people. Kings and queens represent people who have reached the mastery of their suit, kind of the full achievement of the aspects and character traits of their suit. So this is the King of Pentacles. So he's probably, they tend to be older, more mature, reflective individuals. He would be a very grounded person, probably an earth sign, sun, moon, or rising, which would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very solid, stable, that earth element kind of character traits. Solid, stable, reliable, grounded, practical, realistic. And his advice would be the same way. Really good person to seek practical, hands-on advice from. They're very good at the material world, both the King and Queen of Pentacles. They're very good at navigating finances, day-to-day aspects of stuff, even domestic stuff, just those hands-on, day-to-day life stuff. And finances, the King of Pentacles would probably be comfortable, if not outright wealthy. He understands that world. He understands how to set goals, work towards those goals, put money aside, budget. But a very good person to seek advice and feedback from. And I feel like for some of you, maybe even for a lot of you, at the end of the month, you're in this kind of, what do I do? Do I do this? Do I not do this? I feel like for a lot of you, you're being asked to perhaps seek out this King of Pentacles, go to him and kind of lay it out for him and ask for his advice or feedback on this. And again, he could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or somebody who strongly manifests these character traits, somebody who's very much like the King of Pentacles. It could also be a female because this is a general reading, so it could really be. I tend not to pay too much attention to the gender in general readings because there's just too many of you. How could it possibly be a man for all of you? So, male or female, but somebody who strongly manifests the character traits of the King of Pentacles or even the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, what you're deciding is somehow about or involves this King of Pentacles, individual, male or female. For some of you, it's a decision making process and a crossroads that you're in with this King of Pentacles individual as well, male or female. But I feel like at the end of the day, you're going to make the best decision possible. And overall, you're started on a new path, even if you're still ending October and going into November, not quite sure, still kind of in the seeking advice phase. Overall, you're still in a great place. You have what you need to start these new beginnings. It's just a question of how you proceed, but it's victory and triumph. And for some of you, what's come in for you, especially with judgment in the upright, this could represent too a legal situation. If any of you have been waiting for a legal decision, a legal outcome, a settlement, perhaps, it will be working out in your favor. And it does represent a victory and a triumph because that's overall energy as represented in your crowning card, which is the Six of Wands. This is the card, as you can see quite clearly, victory and triumph and success. You can see this man is riding back into town. I say back because otherwise, why are they cheering him? Who is he? What has he done? He went off to go do something. You know, he had something to achieve or something to struggle with for, again, slay a dragon, rescue a princess, start a new business, buy his first home, whatever it represents for you. Because, again, you have a pretty even scattering of energy. So it could be really in any or every sector of your life. Whatever it is, he was triumphant. He achieved success and triumph. He's riding back into town and he's receiving cheers and praise and accolades from the crowd. For some of you, you may be receiving public recognition for your achievements, or again, in a legal situation, which is, kind of public and visible, you win. Whatever it is, you win. You've triumphed. You win, and you're perhaps even being publicly recognized for that, for your fight, for your struggle, for your achievement, and for how you conducted yourself too. Because that Judgment card at the end speaks of, again, that moral, ethical energy, how you conduct yourself. So just kind of be aware of that and be kind of vigilant against being tempted to veer off the path that you walk that you already know to be true and right for you. So Cancer, that represents your general reading for October 2016. I hope you've enjoyed it, that at least you find it useful and not too confusing. Please feel free to give feedback. I always know you guys will. You're great at doing that. I look forward to reading that. I love hearing how these readings, general readings, actually play out so predictably for a lot of you. And as always, it's you guys often play instructor for me as well, just as much as I do for you. So thank you very much for watching it. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the October 2016 mid-month readings. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and you can email me directly as well at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Thank you so very much for watching, Cancer, and until I see you again in a couple of weeks, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy, happy life. Hope to see you soon, Cancer. Bye.